What's up guys, Mitchell Watts with Town & Country TV, and today is a weird video. I didn't think I was going to make this video, but here we are, and this is why I am suddenly selling my 2021 Ford Bronco. Before I tell you why I'm selling it so suddenly, I do need to go back and I guess give you a little bit of a story time. So the thing about this particular Bronco, this was actually never my reservation. And I don't know that I've ever said that on YouTube before today. But it is the truth. This vehicle was actually a day one, night one reservation made by my father. The vehicle, when he ordered it, he said, I know I want a white one because I wanted to match my 95 Bronco, the white one. And, you know, we placed that order. Well, it didn't get scheduled right away. And he came to me, he said, Mitchell, I want this thing and I want it sooner rather than later. Well, I made the recommendation to drop the hard top and go with the soft top. I made the recommendation to leave off some of these small nitpick items. And because it was a night one reservation and because we specifically spec'd it out to where we knew Ford could build it out, Ford picked up the order immediately. Well, the vehicle was built, it was shipped to the dealership, and it showed up. So apparently I'm a little bit better of a salesman than my dad is because I somehow talked him out of buying his own Bronco and allowed me to buy his Bronco. Now obviously there's a couple different things. We knew that we were going to the Bronco Super Celebration in Colorado, and if it wasn't for that vehicle showing up in time and him allowing me to buy it, we wouldn't be able to make the content that we did for you guys. And so there was a couple of different reasons. We wanted to be one of the world's first. We wanted to kind of get it out there and get it out there quickly. Well, as soon as I buy the vehicle and modify the vehicle, almost instantly, I got a notification from Ford. Congratulations, your Bronco's been scheduled for production. Now, stay all the way through this video because I'm going to show you actually what I'm replacing it with. But it's just kind of funny how the second that I took possession of this vehicle, I was like, all right, that's fantastic, got it built up. And then literally I got that email. I was like, well, crap, if I'd have known that, I would have probably waited and just let him buy this one and me buy this one. Don't turn the camera just yet, Josh. But the one that is parked right over here, yeah, it's crazy how that works out. Now, the thing is that I know I've seen a lot of people with some crazy comments. They're like, oh yeah, that's a real douchey thing to do, to turn around and sell your Bronco right after you got it. Well, what's crazy, you know, our dealership, we're not selling any of our Broncos at a penny over MSRP. We've been putting it in writing since day one. When you place an order, like for instance, if you guys call us and you say, hey, I want to place a new order for a Bronco, not only do we give you the building price, but we also write on that build sheet that we're selling the vehicle at MSRP with no ADMs, additional dealer markup. To us, we're not really worried about the profit, the extra profit. It just feels slimy, and our name is worth way more than that could ever be. But I've had people say, oh, you're just lucky, or it must be nice to be a Ford dealer. You can get your Bronco made just by making a couple phone calls. I can tell you that both of these Broncos got here early for two reasons. I sat there and refreshed that website for 3 freaking hours until it finally went through. Those of you that are night one reservation holders know what I'm talking about. Sat there for there's so many people, I had to sit there for 3 hours and hit refresh before they allowed me to put my Bronco reservation in. And then we built both of these Broncos in a way that we knew Ford could build them quickly and easily. So what I want to do now that you kind of understand why I have sold the Bronco, I actually put it on eBay, and I felt weird, you know, even advertising that, so I didn't advertise it until, you know, the eBay listing is over. And so at the time that that you guys are watching this video, this vehicle's already sold, it's already gone. Yeah, I don't know, I just really love this Bronco. Well, we got some really, really stinking cool things coming. So that's going to be a lot of fun. What I want to do now is kind of give you guys a quick walk around on this Bronco to kind of show you a little bit about everything in the final form. So the first thing is first, let's talk about the vehicle itself. Now, this is actually a white paint job. I'm going to pop the hood and we're going to cover that first, which is very backwards from what we normally do. But I want to show you underneath the hood for a couple of different reasons. So I'm going to pop the hood here. So there's a couple things I want to show you. Obviously, the engine's nice and clean, all that kind of stuff. It's all been professionally detailed. But you can actually see the wrap. This complete vehicle was white from the factory, but we did a Oxford white wrap on top of that to prevent any possible pinstripes, because we knew that we were going to go to Colorado, we were going to off-road the vehicle. We just didn't want to risk scratching or scuffing the paint at all. So we wrapped the entire vehicle with that white wrap. Now, the other thing that we did on the wrap side of things is we put this graphic on top of here. And the reason we did the base wrap was two reasons. One, to keep the scratches, but two, if you ever want to peel this matte black off, the paint is all going to be the same uniform. You don't have some of the paints faded and some of the paints not. And the same goes for the vinyl wrap on the side here where we've got the TC Customs emblem. So yes, that is an extra piece of matte black vinyl cut out, but since the entire vehicle is wrapped, you can peel the whole thing off later on down Life's Highway and the entire paint looks brand new. All right, so that's kind of what that looks like. Now, coming back to the front real quick, I want to show you, this has got the 4-wheel parts front bumper, and as you can see, it's got the winch mounting solution to go with that as well. And as you can see, it's got the 9,500 pound winch made from Smittybilt. I have actually yet to use this. We made an off-roading video with the base model and actually didn't need it. We did use the Yankum ropes, but anyways, one of the reasons that I like this specific bumper is because it's got the cutouts for the front parking sensors, as you can see right here, but it's also got a nice big open cutout for a couple of things. One for the cooling, two for the radar sensor in this vehicle, which is that collision mitigation system. But once again, 4-wheel parts bumper, no real issues with it. I hadn't really had to use a lot of it because this thing just doesn't get stuck. But you've got some Pro Comp lights. They call them fog lights, but I don't think these things are DOT approved. And we have also got some Pro Comp lights located up here as well for the pod lights. Now, coming to the side of the vehicle, I've had a lot of people that saw the pictures. What in the world? Well, he took the rock sliders off. Why did he? Yeah, so if you guys don't know, we actually sell the rock slide engineering, they call them the step sliders, where you open the door and you have a power deployable step you can get in and out of the vehicle. And then when the door is closed, it is a functional rock slider that holds the entire weight of the vehicle. Well, I wanted to make sure that, because that was a pre-production kit that Rockslide was so kind enough to send me, so I wanted to make sure that I was able to put that on my new vehicle. So that is the reason that I went back with the 4-wheel parts step bars that you have here. It is really nice though, because you can actually step on it and you can get to whatever you need to up top. It's nice to have a big fat wide board. The only problem is I wouldn't support the weight of the vehicle with these. These are primarily just a step bar. It's not an actual rock slider. Now, the other thing I want to show you, since you guys are so close to that front end, is going to be the suspension, the wheels and tires. So the cool thing about these wheels and tires, these are a set of Black Rhino Glacier wheels, and it's a 17x8 with a positive 35 offset, I do believe, and the Falcon Wild Peak MTs. It's a great tire. It performs ridiculous off-road. My only gripe, and it's really not even a gripe, it's just going to be that a mud terrain is a little bit louder than an all-terrain or a hybrid tire like a Nitto Ridge Grappler. So, with the soft top, you hear it a little bit more, but me and Josh, the guy holding the camera, drove this thing literally 24 hours solid one day. When we came back from Colorado, before we left, we spent the whole day off-roading, immediately got back to the Airbnb, packed up everything, and then drove 20 hours back. We alternated drivers back and forth all the way back, and so that right there tells you that there's not an issue with these tires. But you also have your 4-wheel parts fender deletes. That is one of my favorite options. I think it absolutely cleans up the look of the vehicle. I'm going to crank it up and just kind of straighten it up so that way you can kind of see what it looks like. It would help if I actually put the key in the cab of the vehicle. But as you can see, when you straighten it up, it makes the vehicle look like it's got a fantastic, oh yeah, you get that Ford feature where it honks at you. But it's got a really, really nice, it looks like the wheels and tires are poking out, and they kind of are, but it's not because you're doing with some crazy wide offset. You're just getting rid of that fender flare that would have normally come out to here. It just gives it a little bit more of an aggressive look, in my personal opinion. So yeah, pretty cool stuff there. Let's come around and take a look at the back side of the vehicle and show you what's going on there. Now, we've obviously got the matching spare tire and wheel. We also happen to have a four-wheel parts riser for the actual spare tire, so that way it gives you a better departure angle. So it's pretty cool. This right here is actually an aftermarket piece to help raise that that spare tire up. Now I'm going to open this up just a little bit so you guys can see what's going on here. We've got the four-wheel parts rear bumper as well, with your D-ring hooks located right here, Pro Comp lights to go with it as well. And then this is one of my favorite features, and that is going to be this security cabinet, which is a Ford accessories part. What I like about this is you have the ability to tie stuff down on top of it. When you close this door and lock the truck up, you can't get in. You can't cut this open. So like if we're carrying a whole bunch of camera gear and it's expensive stuff, you put it back in here, you lock the door, you literally have to break the door off the hinge to get access to it. But if you ever decide that you know what, hey, I actually want to raise this thing up, you absolutely can do that. So you hit the latch on one side, the latch on the other side, and you do have the ability to get bigger stuff in and out of the back of the vehicle. So pretty cool stuff there. And it's got an integrated Molly grate all the way around, so pretty sweet stuff there. All right, so we'll close that up a little bit later, but let's take a look on the inside of the vehicle and show you what's going on there. On the inside of this vehicle, this has the marine grade vinyl. I am a 100% believer in this marine grade vinyl. Not only is it comfortable for long drives, but it also, the heated seats working fantastic in this particular vehicle. I guess the vinyl allows the heat to transfer a lot easier, but it does have a washout floor. So as you can see just right there, I've got the Ford accessories floor mats, but when you lift those mats up, you have rubber underneath that as well that you literally can hose out the inside of the vehicle if that is something that you're interested in. Now this particular vehicle is a high package. So you've got the 12-inch touchscreen, you've got the 360-degree camera, which the only downside to that is, as you can see, that winch completely blocks that view of the front end, but that's okay because I still have the tire view when you're off-roading. So that's the main thing that I care about. And you also have the parking sensor, so that actually takes care of itself as well. Let's do this. Let's take a look at the back seat. One downside of the Bronco is the back seat floorboard. You don't really have all that much leg room. It's not all that spacious. We made a couple of changes and bought my wife an Expedition when we knew we were going to go to a Bronco, just to make sure that we had enough storage capacity, because prior to this we had an F-150 Raptor, and that was kind of our vacation vehicle. If we went somewhere on vacation, we just throw everything in the bed of the truck and be done. Well, you don't really have as much cargo space in this particular one. The other gripe that I do have on the Bronco is the lack of cup holders in the back. So as you can see, this is the marine grade vinyl. There is no fold out armrest here that sometimes holds a cup holder. No cup holders here. The only real cup holders you do have are in the doors themselves. So as you can see, you've got this little net set up so you could keep your bottle of water back there. The only downside is if you take your doors off, where's your cup holders? The last thing on the inside of the vehicle for this particular Bronco is going to be this JBL soundbar. This is a Ford accessory soundbar. It was really simple and easy to install. The only downside to it really is that you don't have much of a view in the vehicle. It really does increase the sound quality of the inside of this vehicle. But once again, you know, you do sacrifice the ability to actually see out of that rear view mirror. Now, I will tell you though that it's not that big of a deal, because I've got that 37-inch tire as a spare, and also I've got that four-wheel parts thing that lifts it up. It does cause me to lose visibility anyways, and so really I'm just kind of going from limited visibility to none. So I'm not losing all that much. All right, so now that you've seen the full walk around, or I guess really maybe even the final walk around of my 2021 Bronco high package, what in the world am I replacing it with? Well, that would be this right here. This is also a 2021 Ford Bronco. This is also a Badlands, and it has almost exactly every same option that the white one had from the Ford factory. Now, there's a couple of reasons that I actually went through with selling this one and going into this one. When I sold this vehicle, my goal was not to make money on it. My goal was, if I could make myself whole out of this one and get into this one, it would make sense to me. The idea behind that is because, one, the color. If you guys remember, my Raptor, my 2021 Raptor was carbonized gray. Technically it was magnetic. It's the same color, just a different name basically. Very, very similar color. But gray has always been one of my favorite colors. white has been my second favorite color. So it's not like I was like, I don't like the gray or don't like the white. I just really like the gray. But I'll tell you, the main reason that I went with this one and that I even considered selling this one once I got the VIN number and once it showed up was because of the Lux package. Call me a prima donna if you want to. I'm good with that. I can handle it. I'm a big boy. But I did not quite realize how much I would miss adaptive cruise control, which is a feature inside of the Lux package. Didn't know how much I was going to miss it until I went into this Bronco, because my Raptor had the adaptive cruise control. And I found myself using it literally every single day. I get on the interstate to come to work every single day, and I use adaptive cruise control every single day. And while this one has been going through this selling process, I've not been driving it, I've been driving this one. And I'll tell you, it is really, really nice to get back into the Lux package. Now, I'm going to do a quick walk around and show you a couple of the other features. You'll notice that this one does have the Ford factory modular front bumper. That is the Ford Performance version of the bumper. You'll notice that I've already pulled the end caps off just because I think it looks cool like this. What am I going to do with the customization? I'm not going to go into details, but it'll make this build look like a rookie move. Just trust me. I was prepping my wife the other night. I said, hun, I'm just go ahead and let you know it's going to be a little harder to get into this one when it's all said and done. That's all I'm going to leave it at. Anyway, so what we're looking at is a modular front bumper. The other reason I like the carbonized gray is because it actually matches the grille a lot closer. So from the factory, the paint and the grille look very, very similar. Once again, there's going to be a lot of changes coming up very, very soon with that, but I'm not going to get into that today. The other thing that I wanted to show you is this vehicle is a Badlands. It's got a sticker on the side. You know what? I wasn't actually planning on doing this, but why not? Let's do it on video. I might regret this later. There you go. Yeah. I don't know. If I'm going to have stickers, it's going to be our company. TC Customs, not Badlands. But anyways, I don't really like to buy Badlands just for the name recognition. I like it because of that stabilizer bar disconnect. But anyways, speaking of stabilizer bar disconnect, let's talk about the suspension. From the Ford factory, this particular Bronco, because it is a Badlands, and this is the reason I went with Badlands, you can get a vehicle that's not a Sasquatch, but still has lockers front and rear. To my knowledge, this is the only Bronco that gives you that ability to get lockers in the front and the rear without the Sasquatch package. Now, the downside to not getting Sasquatch package is going to be the gear ratio. If you're going to lift this vehicle, hint, hint, the most aggressive gearing you can get is usually the best. You know, the Sasquatch comes with a 4.7 gear ratio. This Badlands, actually, because it's not a Sasquatch, has 4.46. So it's going to be better on the interstate. By the way, that's the same gear ratio that's in the white truck as well. It's going to be better for fuel economy on the interstate, but it's not as good for acceleration or for you know, lowest gear ratio for rock crawling and things like that. So anyways, the Badlands automatically comes with a set of 33-inch BFG AT-KO2 tires, which is actually a really good tire. It's one of my favorite tires that I've had over the lifetime of me being in the car business. Recently, though, I've noticed not necessarily quality issues, but I don't know exactly how to word this. Sometimes you'll run into a rash of BFGs that just don't balance out right. And maybe that happens with all tires. I just haven't noticed it. But anyways, you do have a 17-inch wheel to go along with this as well. You'll notice that the Badlands also comes standard with the rock rails from the Ford factory. Now, Ford says that it does support the weight of the vehicle, but there's not a whole lot of mounting provisions to it. I don't know that I'm going to be setting this vehicle on the factory rock sliders, but I do have rock slide engineering's, the power steps that came off of the white one is definitely going on to this one. That's going to be the first modification, if you didn't know. By the way, if you guys want some more information about those rock slides, if you give us a call, or you can just simply order them right there online, I'll have a link down below for you guys if that's something you want to do. All right, so let's take a look at the back side of the vehicle. You've got, can you tell we got something coming up very, very soon? What's going on back here, you might ask yourself? Well, we've got a couple of things going on. So some of this, we've got pants. If you want some pants, I got a shirt back there, change of clothes basically. So if you guys didn't know, we are giving away a Bronco. So, in fact, I need to talk about that for a second as well. So we're giving away a black Bronco that's lifted on 35s, as you can see it right there on the screen. We are going to launch that giveaway the day that our YouTube channel hits 300,000 subscribers. So stop what you're doing, hit that subscribe button with the bell notification turned on so we can launch that giveaway. But we're going to take that vehicle back out, test it off-road, and this is going to be the chase vehicle. So we've got everything ready with the traction boards. We've got our ARB air down kit right here. We've got the Arctic cooler loaded up with some drinks, and then we've also got our Yankum ropes, and then D-rings and socks and all kind of stuff. But anyways, that is a video that is going to be coming. You guys loved that last video, and I cannot wait to show you the next one. It's going to be a lot of fun there. But you also notice it's got the marine grade vinyl, and that brings me up to my next point. Let's take a look on the inside of the vehicle. All right, so on the inside of the vehicle, you will notice that it has got a very similar, almost identical interior to what the other vehicle has got. I'm going to open this up so that way you guys can probably see it a little bit better in here, but same thing as before, you do have your orange accents. That's because it is a Badlands. That is kind of the coloration of the Badlands on the inside. This particular Badlands does have the marine grade vinyl as well, which means I've also got the rubber flooring. This one has got the carpet mats in there. I've got the all-weather mats coming from Ford Accessories, so that's going to be changing. A couple of the first really modification that we did to the vehicle, you can see we've tinted out the windows, and then I've also got a stop box for keeping things in my vehicle, if you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, just keep moving. But yeah, just basically the exact same vehicle as what we noticed a little bit earlier. But I will tell you, here's another thing that I really like about the vehicle, is going to be the wireless car charger. And so as it's connecting to CarPlay as well, but as you can see right there on the screen of my phone, it is actually charging the phone while I'm driving down the road, which is a really nice feature to have. Is it necessary? No. Is it creature comforts? Yes, and it is fantastic. Now the other really big thing for me specifically is going to be this right here. Why in the world, Mitchell, do you need a USB port up here? Because this is only available in the Luxe package, primarily because you've got an extra speaker with the Bang & Olufsen sound system. It's located right here. But because you get that extra speaker, you've got power provisions for this USB-C and USB-A. Why do I even care about that? Well, the reason I care about that is we can power our GoPros when we're off-roading or doing a YouTube video. You don't have to worry about the cameras dying. It's an extra point where we can charge them while we're actually using the camera. So as a YouTuber, that is really kind of nice to have. But yeah, auxiliary switches, once again, standard in the Badlands, just a good little vehicle. Underneath the hood of this Badlands is the exact same motor that you have in the white one. Literally, the only difference between this one and the white one, stock is going to be a high package versus a Luxe package in the color. That is literally it. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time, but you do have the 2.7 liter EcoBoost motor, which makes a ton of torque. It's a great little motor for this particular vehicle. Yeah, I'm like everybody else. I wish they would have put a 5.0 in it, but realistically, this thing is absolutely kicking it. It's got a lot of power, and it's been a really good engine. So guys, I just wanted to say thank you for a second. I'm kind of feeling nostalgic. I don't know if that's the right word or not, but grateful. I'm feeling grateful because so many of you guys watch our videos. We're able to do things like giving a Bronco away, and we're able to just literally have fun on YouTube with you guys, and we appreciate that. Yes, we do sell cars. Yes, we do sell customization, but this YouTube channel was never really intended for that. It was really just, I love cars and trucks, and I don't know, I guess I just consider myself blessed to be able to play with these things for a living and share that experience with you guys. And I don't know, I'm grateful, and I thank you. And I just want everybody to realize that I don't have some kind of a special connection at Ford, that they built this Bronco or that Bronco for me early because they know it was me. It's actually quite the opposite. There's so many of these Broncos on order that it really is all about getting an early reservation and then getting a Bronco that Ford can build pretty easily, and kind of understanding those options and the different things like that. So if you do want a dealer that is competent, that knows what they're doing when it comes to ordering Broncos, and that can make suggestions to possibly help you speed up the build of your Bronco, we would be honored to help you. A lot of the times Ford actually can help you move the reservation from the current dealer, if you're not happy with them, over to Town & Country, and we'd be happy to help you. The phone number's right there on the screen. But this video is not to sell you that. This video is just to kind of give you an update, because I had so many people that just naturally saw this eBay listing and they're like, what in the world's going on? Like, why is Mitchell selling? What's he doing? What's he doing? You know, and I wanted to clear the air. I wanted everybody to understand why I'm making those moves. And the fact that that thing is selling for the amount of money that it sold for on eBay, it kind of validates that entire purchasing decision. Was the reason I'm selling it because of the money? No. The main reason was because the color, the Lux package. But the other thing is we actually have, custom work-wise, significantly bigger and better things going on with this Bronco. So I cannot wait to share them with you guys. And if you want to see that kind of stuff, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. You know, we did on the giveaway video where we revealed the Bronco giveaway. We said, yeah, if you guys hit 3,000 likes on that video, we'll put leather in it. And y'all did that in like just a couple of hours. So once again, I'm just humbled, I'm grateful, and I'm thankful for every one of you guys for joining our community. And if you want to join our community, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button with that bell notification turned on so you don't miss a single video. Peace.